to ask everybody, hey, wow, when you park a car, don't you feel like it's damn weird here? Bro, where you park? I said, they pointed to the area that I park. I said, is that you park there, right? Yes, there is Old Changi Hospital. I said, what the hell? I was like, what? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Welcome to our coffee shop of your host, Vidya Long, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros Show presented by Chit Podcast Network. And for those of you that are tuning in by YouTube, where this other podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for giving us a try, for giving us a listen. We're just a Singaporean duo that are
Ghostbusters! Busting!
I'm the sage. I thought like Count Dracula. But once again, I'm joined by my fellow Ghostbuster, Mr. Brandon. Yo, Brandon, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good.
I was about to say it was you're feeling good. Do you normally celebrate Halloween?
Actually, no, I don't usually celebrate lah. Yeah, but I usually
like, party or something lah.
Yeah, usually they just nice. We will usually attend like a costume party during Halloween.
Do you think you would actually consider trick or treating with your son, or no?
Ooh, I think if I stay in a very friendly estate, I wouldn't mind. And I really think it's very cute. Yeah, but I wouldn't do. You know that there was one on Mothership, there was this landed property that did like a trick or treat, but in their house it's like a funeral. They did like a songkar, like a coffin, everything. Then I was just like, wow, that's too intense to be trick or treating there lah.
He dresses up like what, Nemo?
Yeah, then goes inside and get traumatized for his life.
Yeah. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll know that this week we're going to be talking about haunted places in Singapore. And the reason why is because this week is Halloween.
Halloweeny.
Hello. Yeah. And we did an episode in the past about ghost stories. You can watch that on YouTube. We'll put the link in our bio. Also, if you're watching this on Monday, you will see that the week before we had the draft, which was the Halloween outfit, which was a very fun draft that we did. We'll also put that link in our bio. But Brandon, we did touch on this before. You do believe in ghosts, right?
Yeah, of course. Supernatural, paranormal. You can't really see. It's like I believe it takes a certain kind of person to be able to see.
You gotta have like a certain gift.
You know, like they say like they have a third eye or like, but yeah, I feel it's a gifting, like, right? If we believe it's like they have a gifting to be able to sense or to see, or I met someone who can smell. I think I remember correctly, it's smell. He'll be able to smell if like there's something supernatural, like something wrong. Like whenever he goes into a new place or a house, right? Then after that, when he feels like it's like there's something off about this place, supernatural, right? To him, there's a very sour smell, and he recognizes that as, oh, okay. This place is unclean.
I know because I grew up in a church that is very like, how to say, spiritual. So yeah, like in a way. Yeah, so I have encountered people where they can feel environments, but not say smell, but they can feel.
Yeah,
feel like, there's something is off or feel. But I don't know whether is it like a sensing thing or is it like really they genuinely they have a special gifting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are times where I go to a place, right? I really can feel that there is something wrong. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you know that, like I should leave this place immediately.
Yes. Or like the hair stands are real. Like I
really
I did say before in the previous episode that we did about ghost stories, right? That I'm 1000% sure that my Camp Gedong was haunted. Like my was haunted. So therefore, I really do believe that there are like the supernatural things moving around lah. In general, also, do you watch like horror movies and ghost stuff like that, or no?
I do watch, like, but only when I was much older, when I could handle it. I remember I watched like The Ring and The Grudge, right? Like I couldn't sleep for like I think months. Oh wow.
For me, right, the stuff that freaks me out is more like the I guess like Midsummer, Get Out. Like where it's like the people are the horror.
Yeah. It's more like it's the thrillers. Yeah.
Yeah, the thrillers or like the fear of being put in a situation that might be realistic lah for me.
Mm.
Yeah. Now for this week, actually, we're going to be talking about some of the haunted places in Singapore. We will discuss the place, the origins of the place, sightings that have been recently circulated online, and then we will give a spooktacular rating where we will we will determine out of 5 bundles of sage how many we will burn. Are you ready to burn some sage and go and dive into this episode?
Burn it away.
Let's go.
Oh.
All right. As previously mentioned in the opening for today's episode, Brendan and I, we're going to go through 3 famous haunted stories in Singapore. I think for those of you that are listening, right, there are some of you that are really in tune with like the supernatural stuff in Singapore, so you all probably know these stories already. But for those of you that are listening for the first time, I myself, right, didn't know. I know about these places, but I don't know the origins and I don't know the stuff. Like Brendan, the same for you, similar. First up, we are going to be talking about the Hillview Mansion. Now, Brendan, have you heard of this mansion?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Where do you hear this mansion story about? Like, where did you hear it?
I heard about it in poly. I think in poly, my friends literally, like, I have a group of friends that were thrill seekers, which I try not to.
I remember you told me some crazy stories about your friends that they did some stuff at like a cemetery or like
yeah. In my leaders camp, right, GL camp for sports camp, we went to they had to go to Lim Chu Kang Cemetery. Then after that, like the game is like you have to at night you have to walk one person alone to one. They choose a tombstone for you to go, right. You have to go down there and you have to go and find out the person's age. You have to calculate, then you come back and tell us the age. Then we were just like, damn. I reported sick that day. Very bad. I did. I literally had an event that I went for, so I left. I knew they were going to do it, so I really had an event. But just nice, I had an event. A lot of people cried. A lot of people didn't finish it. A lot of people just everybody gave chance. Like you run there, then you just come back and say a random number. Age, they'll give it to you.
Yeah, there's no way you can verify also.
I feel like there's a lot of different stories about this mansion, but it's correct. But it's one of the mansion. I think one of the things I heard is like it's abandoned because like the family, the mother killed the family as well as the husband. Then after that, or killed the family then herself or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna like give a brief history about this Hillview mansion. Now I personally, right, like. If you know, I move back and forth between houses. That's why you'll see sometimes I'm in like one background and then sometimes I'm in this background. So my parents, they stay in the east, but my in-laws, they stay in the west, which is at Bukit Panjang. Now, Bukit Panjang, right, this place is actually quite near my house. And I was going to say, right, that I passed by this place before when it was torn down. So now if you go to this place, it's just a gate. No, but last time it was a house lah. But at that time when I went, right, it was just really a gate and then like it was on a hill and stuff like that. I went there because when I passed my driving in army, right, I met up with my A-level friends. And then they were like, hey, do you want to like go and check out this place or not? I didn't tell my family, and until now they still don't know that I went there lah. But so I drove there, and after that when we went to go in this place, right. So this honestly, right, from the moment I got out of the car, right, I could feel that there was like something there lah. I really feel that there's a eerie
like the atmosphere just straight away changed.
Yeah. I don't know, is it because you're expecting something to happen, or is it because I'm really sensing something? But like for instance, the gates, they were like knocking like non-stop. All of a sudden I hear like wind all of a sudden like in the area that is there's no wind. Then all of a sudden got wind in this area. Yeah, then safe to say everyone ran away lah. Yeah, I didn't say I was a brave person. But anyways, at the time the house was demolished, but just to give some backstory about this place. The mansion was commissioned by Chua Boon Peng, who was the ex-chairman of Cycle Carriage Industries Private Limited. It was founded in 1899. Cycle and Carriage started as a small provision shop before venturing into bicycles and automobiles. In 1951, Mr. Chua Who is this? Just remember this name, Mr. Chua. He's the one that clinched a sole distributorship deal for cycle carriage to sell Mercedes-Benz exclusively in Malaya, which was Malaya Peninsula and Singapore. And to facilitate the distribution of Mercedes-Benz, they decided to have a car assembly plant set up at Hillview Avenue. Now, if you go past Hillview, right, there is also a Ford factory that is in that area, like an old Ford factory lah. So I think it was quite common at that time, right? Maybe most of the automobile car producers, they put at that specific area lah, like Hillview area. It was then that Mr. Chua bought a piece of land worth $7 million at the time, which I think if you go by inflation now, it's quite a lot lah. I think it's like $50 million. With a grand vision of building the Hillview Mansion to serve as his headquarters and residence. Now, the assembly plant was proved to be an unprofitable business, and the venture was shut down in the late 1980s, and the house was not finished. And eventually, Mr. Chua resigned from the company in 1985 and was later found out to be sued for bankruptcy in 1987. The reason why he bought this specific land and why the business failed, why the house was never finished, right? A lot of this is up to speculation. So there's a lot of like different things that people rumored. The clear one that everyone agrees with is that the house is clearly haunted by someone. So they were saying that during the construction period, right, they really just couldn't get anything done, or like there was someone in the house that refused to let them finish the house, or like
the machines not working. I heard of this, like the machines always go haywire, or someone will always get injured at the doing the thing. Yeah,
or like when they are installing glass, right, or the glass will all just break, then they have to keep ordering glass again. I think like very famously they talk about it. Now, as you said, there are some origin stories around the haunting of this place. There are two that are quite famous. Number one is that there's a mentally ill mother that was previously staying in the area that stabbed her 3 kids to death before Mr. Chua came into the house. But they have been researched, right? And then this rumor has been debunked. But this is the story, the origin story that I think a lot of people believe, which is that famously Mr. Chua had a mistress that was killed in the house. And that was buried under the cement of the house. So if you go to the area, right, you'll see photos also of the previous housing, right? It's like there's a lot of unfinished cement in that area. So it's like they put cementing on the flooring and stuff like that, but it's like maybe like one floor have, the other floor don't have lah, or something like that. Or like the grounding is not properly done up. There is a blog that was done up by this guy. There was an Asian paranormal investigator that has done some research into this topic. The blog itself is called Asian Paranormal Investigator. That was good. Yeah, calling quite obvious. What's your profession? Just
I'm a paranormal.
What do you do? As if they were thinking. But this person actually he wrote quite detailed research about the origins, right? Proving that yes, that Mr. Chua did in fact own this house lah. And that he filed for bankruptcy or this. So this person managed to go and dig out information, find out that actually yes, the origins of the Hillview house, why it was left unfinished, a lot of it has to be tied to this person, Mr. Chua. The construction was apparently the main factor. Now, Mr. Chua, he had confirmed that through an email from the nephew of Mr. Chua Boon Ping. So this nephew emailed him that the house is 1,000% haunted, and he said that during the construction workers were so scared that they refused to work. They claimed that they will have glass continually broken, they will hear children screaming, and then they will often feel like they were being choked, like strangled or choked.
Damn.
There have also been a lot of reports of this construction area when they are like setting up stuff or they're putting things up, right, that they'll just produce a lot of landslides. Like in this area, like, because if you see, right, it's on a hill, right, it's really like when they're about to get something done, right, the landslide will come and then it'll just wipe out, then they have to go and restart the whole thing again. Interestingly enough, in another blog written by James Tan, James Tan has proven also that he worked for Mr. Chua's company during this time. Like he was a part of the working staff in the factory. And he claims that he knows someone that was venturing into the compound and was struck by lightning in that area. that person is reportedly still alive. We don't know. We also don't know whether this guy's talking shit or not.
Yeah.
But he also reports that in 2006 that there was a massive landslide that occurred at the very same spot that they already demolished the house. And the same thing happened again in 2007. That they just could not wipe the house out. Like the landslide just kept wiping it again. Because he wanted to like redo the construction. There is no photos except one that was uploaded by this guy called Lester Leong. So there's until this day, no one really knows how the inside of the place looks like because he was gated up, and then there's very famously there's this military like do not enter with spikes and stuff like that. This is also one of the famous color houses that are in Singapore. There's the White House, there's the Green House. Yeah, so this Hillview Mansion is the white one, and it is the only place that out of these white houses that was not either completely demolished or refurbished into like a brand new place. So like if you see the other places, right, they will turn into like a club, or the other place they will turn into a childhood facility. But this is the only one that did not turn back to a yeah. So now, Brandon, just want to ask you, based on this origin story, right? How realistic do you find it? Just curious.
I have to say, I find it extremely realistic, especially there's something about mansions. There's something about mansions and like especially when it's like well off like drama and like killing and like death, and when when the constructions is not working well, because and it's a very common occurrence, especially when it's like a haunted place or like there's something off about that place when things electronics don't work well there. I believe there's something that says it's what the supernatural thing. That when they go around with the scanner, then they see like the
like altimeter like something.
Yeah, altimeter. Correct.
Yeah, I don't know what's it called.
Yeah, you can sense like the meter is there's something off there. And it screws up the electronics in the area. So. Yeah. I am 100% sure that there's something off about the place, but like I said, at the end of the day, it makes it worse that you can't confirm what is the origin. So it's just
yeah. And if you go onto like those internet blogs, right, they go and search. This is the one sort of like really unknown, really no one knows what is the haunting, but they all confirm, right, that it's haunted. Like a lot of people confirm it's haunted, but they cannot figure out what is the origin of the ghost. Also famously, right, in this blog, you go and see that they had brought in like numerous like priests, shamans. Like they just bring different people into the place, right? Then they still can't figure out what is the what is the thing that is going on. Just wanna ask you, Brendan, how many sages are you burning before you enter this place? Like if you were to go into this place, like were you there? Like
bro, I would make it past the gate.
Not for me, man.
Not for me. There are some mansions that like got after it got abandoned, then it slowly got run down. But this was like a house that didn't even get complete for like literally because of haunted reasons. So
yeah, it's really very freaky, yeah. And then also like at the time, I think also construction, right? To be honest, if you think about it, there's no way to trace like once cement has covered over something, really very depth. Yeah, that's why a lot of murders they happen like in cement, They kill a lot of people after they
bury them in cement.
Yeah, that's why we don't know, right? The actual facts, like the foundations of like certain buildings in Singapore is like what is buried underneath.
Yeah,
we really don't know. Yeah. For me, right, it's because I personally have been to this place, right? Like I went to go and see the place. I can feel there is 1000%. Like there's something going on, I'm burning like 4 bundles of sage, 5.
Take it all, honestly.
For you, it's 5. just give me all the bundles. Bundles you can take, man. But either way, I think a lot of people can confirm this place is certified haunted. It's certified. Yeah,
100%.
100%. All right. Brendan, next up for you, what is the place that we're going to be looking to next?
Correct. We are going to go to the opposite side of the country. We're going to go all the way down to Changi.
Oh,
and I believe
where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe when you're talking about haunted places, right? Like one place always stood out to me, and even for truth seekers, be it you're a truth seeker or be it you're a nicer way to term it, you're a sissy that you don't need, that you don't need to do all this kind of thing. But you confirm hear of Old Changi Hospital before, like at least once. The reason why it was so famously famous for being haunted, right, was because that in 1940s, right, the Innocent Healthcare Facility actually fell into the hand of Japanese forces. So during the World War II, right, it served as a medical hub for the World War II prisoners. So the Japan put all their prisoners there, but during that period of time, right, it was really reported so many times, and there are actual rooms, right, where you can see chains. There are photos where you can see chains like onto the floor and onto the walls, right, where it served as a torture chamber, where they torture the prisoners to get the informations, lah. So I can imagine it's like as a hospital, there are already so many people, and during a wartime, there's already so many people dying, and so many people like, and you let alone like you're torturing people, and so even today, right, they always say that you can always hear like late night screams like resonating like throughout the corridors, and like and you can even see people walking around and hear war sounds. So after the war, it was transitioned to a public hospital again. But then because of the location, it was really very hard for patients and staff to move to go around there. The year 2000, right? After it came out on it came out on the newspaper actually that like there are a lot of people, truth seekers, that are going into the place because when they go back to the hospital, right, there are a lot of like, I don't know why, there are a lot of satanic circles inside the hospital. So there has to be a reason why people, and I will be thinking, no one will in their right mind, just because you're a truth seeker, right? Like I don't know how much of a truth seeker you have to be, right, to be so daring to go into a abandoned place, right, to draw the satanic circle, right, onto the floor and onto the walls in the middle of the night. It takes a special. It's obviously something, yeah. In 2014, right, there was someone that took a photo of the hospital that said that he circled in onto the one of the corridors, right, and he said, why is there like a figure there in the photo? Like everybody knows, like, why would you even take a photo of Old Changi Hospital? But I can understand his thought, because like you would think that in the day is okay, you know, like in the day is like there's nothing too wrong. So even even before that, in 2010, right, a few filmmakers, right, wanted to make a mockumentary, actually they call it, because they wanted to like make fun of like haunted places in Singapore. But then after they went into the Old Changi Hospital, right, the video crew, right, during the interview after that, they said that they will never ever come back to Old Changi Hospital ever again. They don't mind going to the other like famous haunted places, famous like haunted places in Singapore, but they said the one place that they will never step back into again, right, is the Singapore the Old Changi Hospital. Like for myself, right, I've been there around the area of quite a few times. I feel like the one big difference between places, right, is like there are a lot of times that you go to a haunted place, right, it's like in your mind, it's like you scare yourself already. You just feel like, wow, like you and your friends, you talk about it, like this is a very scary place. Then before you go in, your heart is already pounding, your hair is already preparing to stand already, you know? So I felt like, oh, okay lah. But there was one time where I parked my car, right, I was going to this army chalet. I think it's called Ferry Point or something like that. It's at Changi also. So I parked my car. When I parked my car finished, right, then I felt like damn, like the air damn cold. Then it felt damn eerie. Yeah, it felt damn eerie. Then I was like, what the hell? Like this place damn weird, damn cool. Then wow, this place is crazy weird. It's like I was damn off there. But then I rushed into the chalet, and I just didn't think much of it, right. Then after that, when I went in, right, then I was like, I asked everybody, hey, wow, when you park a car, don't you feel like it's damn weird here? Then they told me, bro, where you park? I said, they pointed to the area that I parked. I said, is that you park there, right? They say, yeah, the car park lot is that. Bro, just there is Old Changi Hospital. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what? I was like, there's Old Changi Hospital. Wow, I didn't even notice that was the other, because it's on the other end. So it's like I'm nearby there, but I'm not even. Can you imagine? I'm not even that close to it, right? But I could see the gate, but you could feel like the entire atmosphere change, right? And to the point that like like a group of army guys, you know, all of us, none of us dare to walk to a car alone. So we were all like, everybody ready to leave? Let's leave together.
I just think that it's very sadistic, like the Japanese, because I mean, like they very famously use water torture, go and torture like the Singapore people, right? I think that they intentionally put it in a hospital because like if they really like die, right, I can like resuscitate them. Then after I can continue doing the thing. Do you know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah, like the reason why people start like their haunted places is because there's a lot of resentment and a lot of hatred. Like when the person passed on, that they cannot let go in the end because they
suffer a lot. Man.
They suffer a lot before they pass on. Man. Like they felt very like unfair and like the amount of negative energy in that place.
I know that you were going to talk about this one, but yeah, for me this is like the scariest place in Singapore. Really, yeah, by far, because that if even like looking like up on it, right? The fact that there are so many floors, and then just the feeling of like
something is looking back at you, right? Yeah,
it's like 1000%, right? Of all the floors there, right, it cannot be empty. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah. You just feel like this is not an empty place. Like, and you just feel like, oh my gosh, you know, and you are just scared to look around. You're just like, oh, you're like yeah, old Changi Hospital. But then you're just scared to look around because you just feel like something will start looking back at you. You know, it's just like, wow, this is it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, that's why there's a lot of like rumors that like why the Singapore government don't want to tear it down. It's because they cannot. Like yeah, you know, like they have tried, and there were multiple times where they saw like construction like barriers go up, right? Then after it got taken down again. Because it's like they tried, like, then
nah.
We can't do this lah.
You want to do, you do yourself. Don't ask me to do. I'm not going to take the risk. Yes, yeah. For me, scariest place in Singapore, easily for me. Like
same.
All the while, for me, easiest scary place. I will burn 1,000 bundles of sticks.
Like, cause now the thing is now is because Hillview Mansion is really torn down, right? So if let's say if you give me like $10 million, I was like maybe like $1 million to like just like lie down on like sleep there with like a group of friends.
No, not me.
like $1 million. No, but like you will still consider it. You know? Like I will still consider. Oh wow, at Hillview Mansion I made, because it's torn down. There's no more mansion in it. It's still damn scary, of course. But like for $1 million each person, okay lah. Maybe I think maybe I could do it because there's no mansion there anymore. There's the gate. I just like sitting next to the gate. But imagine they give you like, I can't imagine a sum of money, right, that they can give me, right. They will make me want to spend the night in Old Changi Hospital. I think I will come out a different person. Yeah. I will just like, wow.
Yeah, for me, this place 1,000% certified haunted. Like legit.
Yeah.
Legit. Okay, and then now we're gonna move on to the last place, which was I think this is the most famous ghost story place in Singapore. I think easily. Which is gonna be another coloured house. We talked about the white house in the first one. Next up is the red house. The origins of this red house is that the first owner was a British civil servant who became the first president of Singapore City Council and Singapore's Family Planning Board, named Sir Percy McNeice. His wife is Lady Yuen Peng McNeice, and they bought the house in the late 1940s after World War II. Now, this Lady McNeice, she was the daughter of a famous Malaysian tycoon called Loke Yew. So, famously, right, if you go to Fort Canning Road, right, there's a street, there's like Loke Yew Street lah. So yeah, it was named after her father. And then for the works that he's done in Kuala Lumpur and also like in Singapore lah. Now the bungalow was then later sold to Mr. Tan Chung Keng, who everyone knows as CK Tang. Yes, in 1964. But for unknown reasons, right, the house was abandoned by the Tang family. Now, the rumors have suggested that the house was a temporary nursery that sheltered children and teachers during the Japanese occupation. But during the time of the shelter, there was a famous massacre where the teachers and children were bayoneted and burnt alive. Now, there's also a separate rumor that there was a man who killed his wife and children and then hung himself in the famous big tree that is in the backyard of the house. Now, a lot of people, they believe that the origins of the name Red House is commonly because of the color of the house that is painted red. But instead, this name was given to the place because if you go inside the house, the thrill seekers, they saw that there was blood splattered on the walls, and because of the amount of death that was caused inside the house. Now, those who have ventured into the house have reported that they've seen a rocking rattan armchair with a doll sitting on it, and anyone who tries to remove the doll will hear a scream. People also have reported that they've heard children running around the house, and that there's also kids screaming non-stop in the background. Now, Lady Yuan Peng has passed away, and she herself also, during the time, used that house to go and take care of children. So she would like use it as a way to like distribute food, like a distribution center for food and stuff like that. So a lot of people believe that she goes back to that area, right, and that she's passed away, right, to go and take care of the ghosts that are the children that are in the house. Okay, now famously, that building also has famous stone lion statues that are at the front of the building, and they are often seen as the protectors of the spirits that were killed in the massacre. And also, these sort of like stone lion statues, right, they are known for eyeballing people when they walk by it. There also be famous stories of it turning their heads and their eyes turning red when they see people walking by that are attempting to go and enter the house. There's also been a giant tree that was in the backyard of the house as previously mentioned, but now that they've sort of renovated the whole place, right, they tore the giant tree down, and also they took the lion out of the place. Now, if you go to this place, it is interestingly enough, it's also a childcare center. The Odyssey preschool, very famous, like Academy Award winning school. To me, right, this place, I think it was very daring of them to go and put a preschool there. That's all I can say.
Yeah. It really quite gangster that they did it.
Yeah, because for me, right, this is the most infamous horror place in Singapore. Like, easily. Like, everyone knows the Red House.
I've actually been inside before.
Oh, you've been inside?
Yeah.
As a true seeker lah.
That was really damn young and stupid. But I can't really remember much about it. But I remember because there were a lot of people there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You get what I mean? Because there were too many people there, right? That it didn't feel that scary.
How many people?
A lot. Because like I remember from my chalet, we were at the Loyang, you know, like Aloha Loyang chalet. Then like after that, like. Yeah, it's very nearby. So like a lot of like you can just see a lot of people just like because this was a secondary school gathering, so it's like so many secondary school gatherings or like all a group of guys, right? All just keep going in and everybody just climbing in and everybody like wow, scary. Then the only thing scary, right, it's just that people keep trying to scare each other. Then it's just getting irritating. It was just like stop it.
You saw that there's the big tree and also the stone statues.
Yeah. Honestly, the big tree, I felt like the big tree was a much more scarier. Like it's scary. It's scary. Yeah, the big tree is like you can imagine like it can really be true that someone hanged himself there. Yeah, but like I said, because at that point of time there was really a lot of people walking from Loyang, like the chalet to the place, right? There were really like when I was there, right, there were like 4 or 5 different groups, and my group was really quite big already. My group was like 8 or 10 of us. Yeah. So
do you
each
see
other
like
group,
the blood splatters? Do you see the rattan? Do you see all this?
No, there was no blood splatters. Yeah, like it's like there were some stains. You like you don't know whether is it blood or like maybe at that point of time it was really back in the past it was really like people can really see his blood, but after it from our point of view it looked like really like just like stains lor. Yeah, like
okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't feel, and I said because like. Everybody, like after a while, people started laughing because everybody keeps scaring each other. Then like, oh, then after you laugh, it makes it not that scary anymore. So you just like
the mystique of the place has been tempered down because of the new school like the
correct,
because now a lot of people they feel like it's not that scary actually, you know what I mean, like if a school can like run and then there's no issues, I mean like
correct.
Yeah, but infamous, this place is also known as the biggest I guess most infamous place in Singapore, but for me, right, the Hillview and the Changi, they are more scary to me much more scary than this place.
Correct. Because I really feel it's because of the space plus the background story behind it. Because it's like no matter how many people you put into Old Changi Hospital, right, or be it
it's too big.
The Hillview, right, it still messes with your mind. You know, it makes it worse. You know, like I believe there was the SPI, right, the Singapore Paranormal Investigators. They went into old Changi hospitals and like a few of the places, right. They say like they keep thinking that someone else is making a noise, but then they keep asking, hey, did you all make the voice? Then after it messes with your head that who is the one making all this noise?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very different from Red House. It's like, I can see you, like you making the noise. It's just like, don't try to scare me. But then it's like everybody is just there. It's like, it's not that big. It's like there's only a few rooms. Yeah. Even at Hillview, it's like back in the past when it's a mansion, right? It's just like it's too eerily like huge of a place that and it messes with your mind, you know. Yeah.
I think for me, as long as you go in a group, right, you go to the house, you will not be so bad. Like
Yeah. Correct.
Maybe like burn one or two stage.
One. If alone no lah, alone still no lah.
Yeah, alone still scary. Yeah. To like confirm, like if you have to rank these three places, right? In terms of scariness, like last place is this red house. I think in the middle is the Hillview, and then number one is easily the Changi General.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Easy.
100%. Easy. All right. I'm done talking about ghosts. Not gonna be talking about them for a while.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah. See you next Halloween.
Till next year.
See you next year. All right. That was our haunted places in Singapore episode.
Get out of here.
Look at the time. The coffee shop is closing, but in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please remember to give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. We have an episode that drops every Monday, but in the same time also, if you're into football, we have the Football Kaki that drops every Wednesday. And also, if you're into fun game show formats, you have the SG Draft podcast that drops every Friday. And if you're into fun tournament polls, we have an Instagram tournament that goes out every Monday to Thursday. Considering that this is Halloween, it'll be a Halloween-themed tournament. I think it'll be quite fun. I have quite a fun idea. So you just stay tuned and then head over to our Instagram and go and vote for our tournament. It's Monday to Thursday. It'll be a knockout format. Previously, we did the Taylor Swift one and 1989 won. So just wanna holla back 1989. Love you, girl. Tay. Okay. In the meantime, we hope everyone is staying safe. But remember,
a kopi a day keeps the troubles away. Happy
Halloween!